Hi, so it's me again. This is going to be my reflection for the rugby game we had last week, Wednesday. I know it's been a while, just had a lot of work, but that's not really an excuse. So it's going to be a pretty short reflection. The game was against ISB. It was a home game. We won 17-7, so it was overall a very good match. I played much more than I would have thought I would have played. Um, So I think I did pretty well overall just during the game because it was my first official varsity game, so the nerves were definitely there and pumping. So I was excited. I was nervous. I remember at the start of the game, sorry, before the game, I was looking at the ISB guys. I'm like, oh, they're pretty big because like they were tall, they were very fit, and I remember my teammates telling me to not focus on that. Don't say that. Prop yourself up. Say, oh, they're not that big. You can easily tackle them. But I tackled them relatively easily though, which was very good. I remember when Coach Jared put me in the game, he was telling them it's his first game, and kind of taunting them, saying since it's my first game and we're still winning, um, it made me really proud and humbled. But really, the big thing would be just things I need to work on would be committing to the tackle. So just I did tackle quite a lot, but you know, two or three of the tackles were not ineffective, but I didn't commit enough. So the player ended up still running away or walking free or running free while I was still on the ground, getting back up fast. But that's I'm still on the ground. The person didn't go down. I did come close to scoring a try though, which was very nice. Except the pass was a bit too long, so I just barely missed it. Also, something very important that I learned about was keeping my depth. So essentially, with the offensive line, it's not a straight line; it's more of a diagonal line. And as you go down from each coast, depending what the play is, obviously, but you're the person at the very end, the very end coast. So, for example, the line's probably going to be like this. The person here is going to be pretty deep, as in he's going to be pretty far back because it's a concept of draw and pass. So essentially, the person that's the shallowest, you could say, sort of comes in, draws the defender so that he commits to him, passes down, and then the second person draws the defender so that the defender commits to the tackle, and then passes down again. And depending on the strategy or the play, we keep going down all the way to the coast. But essentially, what this draw and pass does is when the defender commits to you, that essentially creates a hole. So if you have 3 defense and then 3 attack, and then the ball's in the middle, and then the guy in the middle, and then the attacker comes up, and then the defender in the middle commits to that and takes the tackle. Our attack could essentially offload. So like an offload is when you get tackled and then you sort of swoop the ball around their body and then pass it to someone else. So that's there's 1 and 1, and then there's going to be just this huge hole in the middle, right? So then he could either offload left or right, and then they would just go in, and then it could be a cut, for example, if as those 2 move up. But support play is very important. I noticed. I was watching a lot of games of 7s and even 15s, and offloads are key. And offloads can only happen when you have a support player. For example, Fiji is known for their offloading plays. Whenever a player has the ball, there's always one person behind them ready to take the offload if they get tackled. What's also very important is when staying deep, usually the recommended amount is 35-ish meters because that's usually what assures the draw and pass to be very effective. Another thing is when we have the ball but they're defending, there's a lot of times when they come in pretty fast. So the concept of fast hands, if you're getting the pass from the left, then you have to pass it back down to the right. The concept of fast hands, getting the ball from the left, using the ball's momentum, and then just quickly passing it to the right is extremely important. Because if you don't have fast hands and they're somewhat clumsy, the chances of you getting tackled or the ball getting intercepted is pretty high. So we have a game this Saturday against. It's going to be a tournament at ISB, so I'm really excited for that. It's a tens game. I'm really excited, really nervous. We've gone through a lot of things in our training in terms of strategy, plays, things like that. So I'm nervous, but I'm really excited to prove myself. Because if there's any chance of me even being considered for CSAC, it's I'm gonna have to show up to every training, go to every game, every tournament, score as many tries as possible. Taking really understanding the nuances of the game. For example, when seeing a hole and things like that, just you know, because I feel like when I get the ball in game, I don't freeze up, but I almost feel like I'm mentally closed off from what other people are saying, so I can't focus on the play as much anymore. And that's really to my detriment because I need to be aware of everything. I can't just run the ball by myself. So yeah, offloading is definitely something important that I need to remember because we were practicing it and it comes in really handy. So yeah, this has been me with my reflection for the ISB game, and I'll see you next time. Bye.